クの動きを完全に見切ってたんか。やっぱただもんじゃねえな。
The present here for you. I made it myself. Wow, Beerus, that's a whole lot bigger than the last one, isn't it?
Is this enough power to reach Goku's goal? To keep increasing his strength, and to continuously break his barriers? Don't each one of Goku's enemies have to be stronger than the last? Though it's hard to say that's the case with Broly, because even when Goku had never been in the presence of a god before.
So that's Beerus the Destroyer, huh? He definitely looks strong, but it's weird, I can't sense any energy.
And even after that same god had just barely missed his chance to end Goku's life.
Oh, strong. Beyond strong.
Goku still came back at Beerus, not with fear, but with excitement.
Looks like this Super Saiyan God power's not finished yet. It's going to keep on lifting me higher until I can match you.
Because even after Jiren, just by releasing some of his energy, proved he really was stronger than his universe's god of destruction. Goku shed only one drop of sweat. With neither of these beyond difficult opponents to defeat, did Goku react like he does with Broly.
Getting stronger!
So what exactly is the secret power Broly is hiding? Thing is, these AniFan members won in the $1,000 giveaway by clicking the notification bell and watching the entire video until the end. With that amount of fear coming from the strongest Saiyan we've ever known, it isn't possible for Broly to just barely be over the level of Super Saiyan Blue. Will he be enough to push Goku back into Ultra Instinct? Or has Broly gone even further than that? In that moment, seeing that Goku is using Super Saiyan Blue, we know one very key detail. But even if that key tails, that was so southern, what? Oh my God. But even if that key tells us that Broly has reached the level of the gods, the very few scenes provided to us in this one short preview is not enough to find how high he's taken that level, at least not by itself anyway. To uncover the secret behind this new version of a legendary form, we need to compare Broly to another Saiyan who has also surpassed his divine abilities beyond Super Saiyan Blue. By the time Goku had mastered Ultra Instinct, he had been forced into using it 3 separate times. While it's normal for Goku to improve a form every new time he uses it, this was not at all what happened with Ultra Instinct. And it's through those setbacks that Goku experienced while on his way to mastering this new ability that we find 2 major links leading to the truth of Broly's god level. If only it was that simple though, to be able to find Broly's true strength just by matching him to Goku's Ultra Instinct. Although we've already seen that both Goku and Broly have been able to surpass the limits of Super Saiyan Blue, it's also very clear that this and Ultra Instinct are 2 very different forms, making them that much harder to compare. It would be so much easier if there was another Saiyan with a form more similar to the one we see Broly using. With the creation of Kale, Broly fans finally had some kind of canon version for the legendary Super Saiyan. And after finding out that in order to not take away what made him so popular in the first place. Broly's new character will not be changed completely. The only thing we need for realizing the full power of this new Broly is to compare Kale to Goku's Ultra Instinct. Well, is it really possible to use Kale as a way to compare Goku and Broly? Sure, with the same green hair and aura, as well as those uncontrollable eyes. The visual resemblances between Kale and Broly are impossible to ignore, but the difference in their power. Kale was able to fight against, and even hold her own for quite some time against an Ultra Instinct Goku. But that was only thanks to the multiplying boost of fusion. How can we learn the full depth of Broly's divine abilities from Kale when, without Caulifla, she never came close to having the same level of strength as a god herself? Thankfully, Goku made that question easy to answer during his multiple times using Ultra Instinct. Because those same two setbacks he experienced during this time that lead to the truth of Broly's divine level are shared with Kale. Taking Goku all 3 encounters with Ultra Instinct. To fit these 2 major links together in a way that will reveal Broly's secret, they first appeared not as setbacks at all, but instead as new strengths. And for anyone who knew Goku even a little, it was clear he just wasn't acting himself. Usually very playful, excited, and, let's be honest, a bit cocky after finding his next best form.
The present's here for you. I made it myself.
Wow, Beerus, that's a whole lot bigger than the last one, isn't it?
This Goku was the exact opposite. But what stood out even more than his new personality was this. Even with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20, Goku couldn't make a scratch on Jiren. Now, only minutes later, Goku hadn't only done just that, but he was actually making hard contact. But when he found Ultra Instinct a second time, those key signs that first showed up as strengths became the weaknesses that link him to Broly's unknown skill, with fun insults being thrown Kefla's way. The Goku we were used to hadn't gone missing this time around. Based off all his other transformations, this is the improvement we were expecting, building on his experience from the last time. He was clearly starting to learn how to control his new angel technique, or at least that's how it seemed. Especially when he landed an air punch that was dangerously similar to that jaw-dropping attack we saw Jiren use earlier. Until this happened. At that point, it was starting to look like Goku had made a mistake. That he really did need to be in that ultra-focused mindset that he had been in before. Thing is, as soon as Whis explained the difference between using Ultra Instinct defensively versus offensively,
おそらく攻撃に移る際、身勝手の極意を使いこなせていないのでしょう。
it seemed Goku's setback wasn't a setback at all. All he'd have to do was raise the effectiveness of his attacks. However, hadn't we seen his attacks landing effectively with Ultra Instinct already? And unfortunately, this problem didn't get fixed by the time Goku was forced into this technique for a third time.
ケフラさんの時と同じ。攻撃の際、悟空さんの中に考えが生じてしまう。
But with one simple change, Goku had finally fit together the two setbacks needed to discover Broly's true power level.
全身全霊をぶつけ続け、己を熱く激しく燃え上がらせているのです。
Goku was entering the same unconscious-like state of mind he had in his first awakening of Ultra Instinct. But even if that mindset had returned, what about the effectiveness of his offense? Though, even with his physical attacks having improved along with this rare state of mind having returned, we still can't find Broly's full level of divine power until these two setbacks are connected to Kale in the Anifans' next video.